Cincinnati Reds have now lost 4 straight. They have lost 7 of their last 10, but they still currently sit at 9-9. And as crazy as that sounds, this is why, we were talking NFL the other day, and we were talking about, if we sit here right now in April, Kev, and I say, man, if the Browns win 12 games, that's pretty good. The Browns, when they had won their 11th game last year, it's like that was a hell of an accomplishment. And there still felt like something was missing. It still felt like, yeah, but why isn't this being celebrated as much? It's because we focus on, they have 11 wins, but. They have 11 wins, but Baker Mayfield. They have 11 wins, but the defense. And that's where the Reds are at right now. Because I keep seeing people on social media, Kev, doing the whole, well, if you would have asked yourself in February, if the Reds were 9-9, 18 games in, how would you feel about that? I would have said, I feel great about it.
Right.
But context. That's the theme of the new. That's the new theme of the show. So that it reminded me of during the Browns season when they had won their 11th game, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. They won their 11th game because they clinched the playoff spot. But overall, I'm like 11 wins in the AFC North. And you lost twice to the Ravens, and you split with the Steelers, and that's a tough division to win. And to have 11 wins and to go up against the defenses that they did and everything else. So, but there was still something missing, and people still were not looking at the Browns. I mean, wow, 11 wins, that's a legitimate. It just felt odd. The Reds are 9-9 right now at 500, 18 games into the season. Like I told you in February, if someone would have said, man, if the Reds are at 500 on April 22nd. How would you feel about that? Well, hell, right now with how the Reds have performed in Aprils and years past, I would definitely take it. And I definitely would have said that before. But as we sit here right now, the Reds have lost 7 of their last 10. They just got swept at home to the Arizona Diamondbacks. They gave up 14 runs today. They gave up 8 runs in game 2 and 5 in game 1. 13-4. They gave up 27 runs in 3 games at Great American Ballpark against not a great team. The Diamondbacks are not a great team. They look like they're well on their way to winning a World Series after playing the Cincinnati Reds, but a very frustrating performance, especially after they took 2 or 3 from Cleveland, who has a top 5 pitching staff in baseball. I will say this. It's not the lineup. It's not run production. And this is what sucks, Kev, is a year ago. If the Reds would have had this run support with last year's pitching, they would have been right there in the NL Championship Series, maybe even in the World Series. The Dodgers are pretty damn good, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like the Reds never are able to get to figure it out altogether. A very frustrating loss, and I keep always wanting to do the whole, well, let me pick the positive to take into the next game. The positive is that the Reds, they put up 20 runs in 3 games. That's the positive I'm going to take as they hit the road for, well, here's where it gets depressing. 3 at the Cardinals and then 3 at the Dodgers. So when I said, Kev, 14-11 is their record, at the end of April, it might be 11-14.